we're gonna make fairly healthy, fairly cheap breakfast tacos. First, I defrost my sausages for about a minute, and you can skip this step, but I like to put it in the pan and just kind of brown it on both sides. Like I said, you don't have to do this, you can just nuke it. And there's some lost footage, but here I added about, I think, 2.5 servings of egg whites. And next, I like to warm up my tortilla and then put a little cheese on it so that the egg sticks. Next, I put a little more cheese on it. I slice the sausages down in half vertically so it doesn't roll around when I close it. And then I brown both sides of the tortilla so it becomes crispy, but make sure not to burn it. In the end, you get about 8.2 ounces of breakfast taco, which is about half a pound. And if you're outside of America, you get 232 grams of breakfast taco. Usually first thing in the morning, I'll have a cup of water, but I'll also have a cup of coffee with my breakfast. So I opt for the Kirkland Colombian coffee, which used to be about $15 for 3 pounds a few months back, but now is $20, which it's not great, but it's still, I think, better than buying, coffee at a grocery store. Definitely better than going out and buying coffee at a coffee shop like Starbucks or whatever. Let's do some quick macros, which this comes out to about 450 calories and about 20 grams of protein. So I don't really care too much about carbs and the other stuff. I mean, it's chicken sausages, so it's going to be better. I mean, people may debate me on this than pork sausages. The egg whites, of course, you're going to get lower calories and less cholesterol or no cholesterol to full eggs. So if you're an indie dev like me and don't move around as much and is mostly sitting at your desk fixing bugs and, working on whatever on your game, this is a pretty decent amount of food for what the calories are. Here's a breakdown of the cost of one serving of this breakfast. So I'm not going to read this all out to you, but it came out to about $2.75 a serving with the coffee. So that's pretty good, I'd say. Okay, now you're like, I want to make this tomorrow and I want to go buy all the ingredients. So here comes the heart-clutching part, which is the upfront cost. So as of this recording, these are the prices of each item. So, and what you get. And it's a total price, which is $90. So that seems like a lot of money, which it is. The chicken sausages are organic, which I don't really care if they're organic or not. But out of all the chicken sausages I've had, it's the best. So you want to bring the cost down, use pork sausages. If you use regular ass seed oil, I'm sure it's going to be a lot cheaper than avocado oil. And if you get regular eggs, it's going to come out cheaper also. You'll get about half a month's servings once your sausages run out, but you'll still have the other ingredients for the rest of the month. All this stuff, if you look at the serving, it's a lot of servings. And it's going to depend on how much you use of each thing. So if I'm to grade this, I'm going to give the taste, I'm going to give it an A. I can have this pretty much every day. Time, I'll also give it an A because you can make this sub 10 minutes, good hot meal. You can probably nuke most of it. And the value, I think if you want a lower calorie meal and, with less cholesterol, it's a good value for that. But overall, I'm going to give it a B because you definitely can make it cheaper. And for my final grade, I'll give this a B plus after looking in the costs and everything. So even if you find a place where you can get, a half pound breakfast burrito or a half pound any kind of breakfast with a cup of coffee, even if it's $6, you're still not going to beat this. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you think my grade is fair and if this is something you could have or a variation of it or how you can make it cheaper. And hopefully in the next week or two, I can get back to showing more of the game and fixing all these damn bugs. All right, later.